Greetings, I'm Mark with Unlimited Story, unlimited-story.com, a channel dedicated to writing, world building, marketing, and most importantly, getting things done. If you want to support this channel and the things that I do, just check out Unlimited Story on Kindle or Kindle Vella. Links, as always, are in the description below. It is guaranteed to give you a nat 20 on your next dice roll, or something like that. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing The Black Wolf Society by Dominick Darkk with 2 Ks, in case you need to search that. And here's the description. In the history before our own, the Black Wolf Society, a secret order founded by bloodlines of once powerful gods, seeks to regain their ancestors' lost immortality. However, in doing so, unknowingly, weave together the fate of 8 strangers. A sci-fi fantasy adventure set in a reimagined Cretaceous period drops in-depth characters with full backstories into a mythological planet based on our own, creating a heart-pounding fight for survival through a harsh yet beautiful world. What's our tags here? Mythology, adventure, fantasy, action, thriller, fiction, science fiction. What's our graphic here? We got something that looks like it could probably be like a shield with or emblem, coin, with a little something with a mask tied over it. All right, well, we're gonna find out, hopefully. So let's get started. I've just finished reading the first 3 of the Black Wolf Society, and the first thing I'm going to say is I should really take a nap, because each one of these episodes is a beefcake. Like, even the author notes say, like, yo, I got this 5,000 word limit, and I'm like, yeah, no joke. You went right up to that 5,000, word limit. So I don't know if I read 15,000 words, but it feels like it. And I'm not saying that because I think the story's bad. I'm just saying, like, I felt like I read a lot, and that's probably the case. So what happened in this story? So far, there is nothing about these blood gods. I mean, there's just nothing that was really covered in the description that I felt was going on. Okay, like as far as action, so much of what's happening is just set up and world building, and all of it's really, really good. In fact, let me start out by saying the first author note that I read, so the end of episode 1, was incredibly useful because it set a lot of the information that I kind of was getting already. So he said right in there, he's like, basically it's kind of like Conan the Barbarian world, which is a very, very brutal world. Like, it's very harsh. People die, there's blood gods, there's just it's a harsh place. Like, it definitely isn't Lord of the Rings, it definitely isn't Harry Potter. This is Conan the Barbarian is a dark, savage, it's a tough place to be. Like, if I was a character, I would not choose to be in that universe for sure. Like, it's not one that you have a good time in. So I'm actually really glad the setup for this pretty much painted that picture in my mind. I didn't exactly know what I was going to be getting into. Like, I Googled Cretaceous period so that I would be aware of it, which didn't kind of really line up with what was happening in the story, because I figured Cretaceous was before humanity, and it's just, okay, well, I'm getting off track anyway. So when is the timeline? Well, I wasn't really sure, and I thought in the original, when I was reading it, I was like, oh, okay, these are really kind of advanced, like maybe Atlanteans, but that wasn't the case. More or less, once I got to the end and I read the author notes about Conan the Barbarian, I was like, okay, these people are basically around 0 AD, right? Just, okay, we got people here, they know how to make a few things. They talk about candy in there. I'm like, they don't make candy back in those days, but I'm sure it's like primitive candy, like not as delicious and full of sugar as what we have today. There's dogs and so on, which, depending on what you're thinking, prehistoric or what level of dog we're talking about, because they probably don't got our sweet min pins and labradoodles and so on. Man, am I getting off track. All right, so we got main characters, we got all kinds of stuff that I'm really bad at pronouncing. Basically, if it's a character that's important, their name ends with an S. That is what I've learned, and so far throughout the 3 episodes, there are 3 characters that I have basically gotten to know, and the rest are basically throwaway or trash, or I don't really like them. So main character is Ikleos. And the author actually does take the time to be like, hey, here's how you spell it. I just am awful. I'm an awful person, and I don't remember all of it. So, setting, small town. Not the main town, there's a capital, and the world building sets it up that this small town is actually a really nice place. And Ikleos is a brewer. He makes booze, mead, is my understanding. And he's pretty darn good at it. His dad is dead. I don't remember the reason. I think it was a religious thing because Ikleos definitely hates religious people. In fact, you meet a religious person and basically MC tells said religious person to go suck some eggs. He doesn't like them. But he doesn't say bad things about their religion because that would be like heresy, and bad things happen when you're a heretic in virtually every universe that you're in. Okay, so he ends up delivering some mead to this guy named Hode. So Hode is another basically pile of trash, but he's got like a deformity, like he's got a discolored eye. It's something, kind of reminds me of Kano from Mortal Kombat, but a lot uglier. Like that, mix him with that nasty dude, janitor guy from Harry Potter, and that's pretty accurate. So he's a bartender. He's always there tending the bars, and he's really stingy. They have this altercation because Ikleos always like delivers him the booze, and Hode always wants to be a prick and give him a hard time and not want to pay him. There's some trash like that. But in this special occasion, there's this dude in this like dark shadowy robe thing, and I guess him and Hode were talking, and whatever the case, he doesn't like them arguing, and he wants basically wants Ikleos to just go away. So he throws him a stack of coins, and Ikleos is like, all right. And he basically flips Hode off and says, I'm out, peace, I quit. Hode's not happy about that, but whatever. Ikleos just pieces out and he's gone. So he's got all these gold coins, and then he meets up with his buddy Claudius. Yeah, Claudius. Claudius is a drunk. Okay, so Claudius was supposed to be out selling the melons in the market, but he just keeps getting wasted and puking all the time. So apparently when you turn 18 in this world, people don't have to stop selling you alcohol, like when it's you don't have a limit or something like that. So Claudius is out there puking, people are laughing, and then Ikleos is like, maybe I should help my friend. He just picks him up, and I shouldn't say picks him up, he just like helps him up, gives him some water. And it's actually really interesting, these guys' relationship, because they really rag each other a lot, and basically they're like, yeah, but you're still my best friend. So I don't know. It's just an interesting relationship they have. They do some more world building because they're like, no, that we're a team. We're going to have to spend 2 years in the capital and serve doing yada, yada, yada. Don't really know. We have to leave our families, and, both of them have parents that can't do things by themselves or need the support of their child, Claudius or Ikleos, to carry on, and who knows. And then after that, Ikleos is like, well, I'll buy some of your melons so you can go back to your parents. At least you didn't, I don't know, at least you sold some melons. And he gives him one of these gold coins, and then Claudius is like, I can't take this. And then Ikleos is like, what do you mean? It's a killer coin. And he's like, look at it. And so that is the coin that is the image for this Vella, which is a wolf wearing a sheep's mask. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. It makes me think a little bit. So he has a bag full of these coins, and Claudius is like, dude, I ain't taking this stuff. My parents will whoop me a solid if I come back with these, false coins. They'd rather come back with nothing than fake coins. But in my mind, I'm like, dude, it's gold. Gold is gold. You just set fire to it, and you could just sell raw gold. Whatever. So. And that's more or less. Oh, there's like an explosion. I think there's like a volcano eruption. is the gist of it. So more or less that's the end of the story for those guys. I don't think they're dead. It's just like, yo, I gotta go check on my mom, and that's the end of episode number 2. So episode number 3 is a character that was pseudo introduced in episode number 2, not by me, but it actually made an appearance. So Ikleos's mom is a seamstress, and she has an apprentice. And her name is Cadaleo, I don't know, Cleo. I'm so bad at this. Really, I'm sorry, but I will be calling her Cleo. So Cleo is smoking hot, but apparently is unbelievably poor. Like, she lives in an alley, but she has a nice alley. I mean, she's been able to make do with what she gets, and she has her own makeup that she makes. Like, she's got ashen eyeliner and red wax lipstick. I mean, she looks pretty fly from what it sounds like. I mean, the guys talked about her in the previous chapter, just like, yo, that chick be smoking and such. But at the same time, they're also like, yeah, but we're going to turn 18, then we got peace out, so not like we're going to see her. And I guess according to the law, she'll also be going somewhere maybe to do who knows what. Hasn't fully been established. So anyway, you spend the episode number 3 of just getting to know this character. She really doesn't do anything. You find out a little bit about her past, and she has a ring, a fancy ring that she cannot take off. Like, it said grafted to the bone or something like that, and it apparently is very valuable gold. She did want to cut her finger off, but it is the only clue to her past that she does not know. So she is our big old mystery box, and who knows that really where it's going to take us. That is more or less the gist. Oh, no. Sorry. There's more. She can see in the dark, and maybe her eyes change color. I wasn't too on top of that, but she likes looking at this piece of glass, and her eye color is important. And apparently she's got some pointy teeth. I don't know how people aren't noticing these things, but it's the truth. So if it's anything like the Conan the Barbarian universe, she got some evil in her, and I doubt that's coming out with any, ease, right? So, and that is the gist. Oh, one sentence summary. A whole bunch of characters going to be struggling in this universe. That's all I got. I don't really know, because the whole sci-fi element really hasn't come into play. Right now, it's just like pretty much just so far we're really still in the introduction stage. Nothing action wise has happened. I am way off in nowheresville right now. I have no idea what's happening. I know I've read a lot, and the world building is very strong, but nothing has really moved the plot forward yet for me to start understanding what's going to be happening. Like, we haven't gotten to our sweet blood gods, or I think that was in the description, these bloodthirsty gods. I'm waiting for that to start making an appearance. That's what I want. That's what I signed up for when I read this. All right, so that is a wrap for the Black Wolf Society. If you like this kind of stuff, consider subscribing, or at least watching another one of my videos that YouTube recommends. If you like to have your story reviewed, just hit me up on ye olde Discord website, unlimited-story.com. There's places to click. Consider it your risky click of the day. Hopping on our Discord. You wouldn't believe the thing these people have been saying lately. It makes me cower in the corner sometimes. Anyway, thank you very much. Peace.